Hi everyone, it's Reverend Lucy coming to you from High Banks Metro Park in Columbus, Ohio again. And here today I'm standing by these trees, but the thing that I really want to point out is the roots. So let me show you if you can see these roots. There's this tangle of roots. And they go out in every which direction, but you can really see them. You get a really good idea of roots and the interconnectedness of the roots. You can't tell which root goes with which tree. Some, to some extent, maybe, like this root goes with this tree. Sure, fine, but through the tangle of them all, you really can't tell which ones exactly all go with which tree. And that is influencing the message for today that I want to share with you. And so that's the idea of um, separation and labeling. And so when we feel that we need to separate, we need to know which one goes with which tree. When we label things, when we start saying one is this way or that way, this tree is crooked, this tree is straight, this tree is this kind, this tree is, we do that with people too. We start assigning labels to people, different qualities to them. And when we start doing that, instead of seeing who they are for how they are, we start then judging and separating out and seeing one is better than another. We might actually enjoy certain attributes of one over another, but when we start ascribing a goodness or a badness to whether or not a certain trait fits what we personally believe is desirable, I think that's when we start getting into a slippery slope. And so these tree roots highlight that, I think, really nicely, because it really doesn't matter to these trees whose root is whose. They work together, they intertwine, they intertangle, and that's, I see how people are. They're part of each other, and does it really matter if one has long hair or one's shorter or taller or older or whatever distinction that we might want to make or label with people? Does it really matter? I don't think on a deep level that it does matter. And I think that when we start labeling and we start comparing and we start saying one is better than another, that's where we get in over our heads. And so it's not helpful. And so I would like to encourage you today to think about seeing people, circumstances, that they just are. They just are the way that they are without labeling them. So when you're able to take them for that's the way they are, that's the way they're showing up in the world, then you're really freeing yourself to enjoy and appreciate what they have to offer and to bring, and to learn from that and share with that instead of judging it. So in the idea of separation, we're also not seeing each other as one. And so part of this message is that we are all one. We all come from the same place. And when we can see each other as part of the whole, one of the whole, then we see that we're all different, like snowflakes, and we can appreciate our differences when we move to that level of not having to judge or label differences. Differences are to be celebrated and enjoyed, noticed, celebrated and enjoyed, instead of distanced from and um, labeling or judged. So that's my message for today. Bye for now.